I don't know about you guys, but I sometimes just catch myself getting stuck in this negative mindset, this woe me, this self pity, this I'm having such a hard time, no one understands me sort of vibe. And I think sometimes it can be justified, but a lot of the times it's not going to gain you anything from this. And especially if you like a dad like me that has responsibilities all over the place, and you're working at the same time, and you're trying to keep yourself healthy both mentally and physically. You have a relationship you need to take care of and maintain, and like you have all this kind of commitments all over the place. You feel not just sometimes, but very often actually that you're not enough. It's just not enough. You're not managing to be fully present. You're not managing to uh, be 100% on all these fronts, and you can get quite disheartened by it. Can break you a bit down, and then you can start feel sorry for yourself, and that's not going to take you any place good. Especially if you transfer over to the blame game as well. You start blaming other people. You start blaming your circumstances and all this kind of stuff. It's just you're not going to get any place good with this mentality. And the one thing that I actually found that works really well for me when I get into this mindset is start writing, and not writing for others. Write for yourself. Just get your thoughts down, get your complaints down, get everything you think about, your emotions, your feelings, and you actually wound up finding a lot about yourself. You start writing about something, and then you wind up 20 minutes later on something else, a different topic, and suddenly you find out a lot about yourself. And it's sort of like it's very good for you, especially if you have a lot of feelings and a lot of thoughts that you don't process during the day because so much is happening. And that can be feelings from your past, from your childhood, from previous relationships, from your current relationship, or from kids, or not feeling good enough because you're not spending enough time with them, you're not taking care of your body, you're not processing things correctly. Like it can be all sorts of things, but just getting the time to write them down is super important. I find that to work extremely well for me because I think it's sort of inevitable to get in this situation where you just it's too much on your plate, and and when it's too much on your plate, you're not good enough on any of the areas that you're supposed to deliver. So, I'm being a dad, being in a relationship, being at work, all these kinds of responsibilities you have, you can't afford not to be available. You cannot afford not to give your best. That's the life. That's the life you wound up in. That's the life you chose. That's the way it is. So, in order to not fall into the self pity trap, where you're sort of like, oh, I'm having such a bad time and no one understands me, or you're trying to get like understanding from your wife or from friends or whatever, try to support your case, or even your mom or your dad. But at the end of the day, it's just your responsibility. And I think that is what I'm trying to get to, like taking ownership of your situation, and taking ownership of what you need to do in order to get things done. What you need to do in order to be a great dad for your kids, not accepting anything less. What you need to do in order to be a great husband, stepping up, taking care of the relationship, not only giving the responsibility to your wife, and making sure that you're fit, you're training, You're mentally available, you're mentally fit, strong, reading, learning, working out, and also on all the other fronts, at work, make sure you do what you're supposed to do. Wake up early. There's a lot. There's a lot on our plates, but don't expect or don't settle for less. Be great at everything because it is possible. Yeah, you have a different situation than a 22-year-old with no responsibilities at all. It's totally different, but that's the life you've chose, and that's what you got to deal with. 24 hours every single day you have available. It's all a priority. It's all about being efficient and getting shit done.